Alright, hello YouTube. Welcome back to another Nova Speakeasy. My name is Lewis, or most of you guys know as Nova. I quickly want to just talk to you guys about the T West's new movie X. A quick notice for you guys, this is going to be a full-on spoiler review. I'm not going to hold anything back for this, but for my non-spoiler fans, basically this movie is about some people who are making corn, and you know what I'm talking about. Yep. I bet most of you guys looked around to your parents when they heard that song, didn't you? Don't lie to me. But basically, it was about this group making corn, and they were getting hunted down by this old lady who knows what they're doing, and the story goes on from that. A basic slasher film, nothing special. Until you actually get in the film, and this is where I'm gonna start the spoilers. Now, I got to say, Mia Goth was not a known actress to me. The people who I know was in this film, the main reason I went to this film was for Jenna Ortega and Kid Cudi. Those are the only two I knew, and I was basically just wanting to watch them. But Mia Goth, I felt, stole the show. She presented a good character of Maxine, the final girl, in this movie, and she also played the old hag of Pearl. That's the name of the killer, Pearl. And I think she played pretty good in those two roles. She expresses of why Maxine wanted this better lifestyle to outrage her father, who was the priest that we keep repeating, seeing through the TV, because she believes that she is deserving of this better life and fame because of her beauty, because she felt she was talented enough, and not talented enough, knowing that she should have beauty in the outside to be good enough, not from the inside. And the same thing goes for the old grandma, that she always thought beauty was the most important thing in life, and that's why she wanted to kill. Because when she started losing that attention of men looking at her like they looked at the young girls, and her husband wasn't able to get it up, wink wink, she starts getting mad because she wants to have that affection again. She wants to have that beauty again. And that plays throughout this theme that beauty is everything. Beauty is everything for these ladies, and I kind of see that in real life world, that we keep saying that beauty from the outside is the most important, but I'm telling you fellas, and you fellow ETs, I don't know, you females, that beauty is everywhere. Beauty is not only on the outside, it's in the inside as well. And I keep wanting to preach that before you guys think I'm a narcissist. And because of this theme, I felt that the story of why the old hag kills is perfect, because it builds up throughout the story. It builds it from when you see so many of the sex scenes, when the old hag's like basically in the background watching. It makes it perfect, I guess. It makes it good on why she's killing, and it doesn't leave us like, oh, this is another Jason, why he kills to kill. This old woman kills because she wants them to see her. That's why she kills. And the husband's also the killer, and that was a small twist. I didn't think the husband would be playing a big role, but he is. Howard, I think his name was, that he kills so his wife will be happy, and that's like a cute love story between them, that these two are killing to show love. Yeah, and the group, I gotta say this, the movie is slow. The movie's slow from the beginning. You don't really get no horror elements until like the 45 to 50-minute mark, and they basically just doing what most of you guys are looking for, and that's corn, and that's what we see. And I'm thankful to God that Jenna Ortega didn't put her body out there so people can see and say stuff about her, because even though she's a beautiful lady, we don't have to see that. I'm surprised that there's a lot of those scenes in this film, and they took it to the max. And I like the characters that are involved, like the camera guy. You see how he wanted to make this sex film basically a masterpiece of the film industry, and the supervisor Wayne is basically just in there for the money, because they're only coming because there's nudity and multiple appeals for the men and females who are in it. And Kid Cudi is just being Kid Cudi and doing it for the fun stuff, because that's what they like. And the two females, Mia Goth, and I think her last name is Snow. I don't know. I don't remember actors' names. But they're in it because they like having that time, wink wink. But it makes sense for the characters. You get a small connection for them. They're not assholes. It's just that they want to get fame out of something, And there's Jenna Ortega. I felt she is a good scream queen. Like, you're gonna see her in a lot of scary movies in the incoming years, because that girl can scream like she is meant for it. You're gonna see her in a lot of films, and it makes it perfect because you put her in the movie Scream, and now this movie, people are gonna start seeing her more, and you're gonna see her do this type of character in these films where she might not be the final girl, she could be, and it makes people think about it. And I think that's a good role for her until she develops even more as an actress, because she is fairly young. And after all those fun scenes that most of the guys are looking for, you guys really see the horror aspects, and it really picks up from them. It starts with the camera guy, RJ, I think, after he got upset that Jenna Ortega got the little fun time with Kid Cudi. I would be sad too. I would be crying as well. Don't worry, man. I got you. But really, his death, I'm not saying only his death, all these deaths were basically built up from the beginning. It really felt like that. These kills were planned out and went through, and you could actually see it happening. And I think only one death was really unexpected, personally to me, and that was Jenna Ortega's. But same path in chronological order. RJ dies first, and he dies by the old lady because he didn't get affection, and he was leaving because he saw Jenna Ortega having fun times with Kid Cudi. The old lady sees him, stops him in front of the truck, and she tries to kiss him sexually, and he says no, and he dies by getting stabbed a lot. And it's basically symbolism where he is getting stabbed by his girlfriend of Jenna Ortega. In his eyes, he felt like he was getting stabbed in the back because he really cared about this girl. And I see that because that's some things that's actually in real life, where you're dating this corn star, and how do you really feel about it? Do you like it when she's doing these stuff with other guys, or you are acceptant of this? And that's really what most people think if you're not used to that lifestyle yet. And now for our man Wayne, the man who saw all of the corn stuff, who wanted this, and he gets stabbed in the eye by a pitchfork by the old lady. And that's foreseeable too, because he makes a joke about this is going to pop out from audience eyes. This is going to be one of the best corn films that's ever happened, because he sees too much. He sees too much in the future that he wants to see it in his own eyes, where he is winning. And that's why his blindness of what's actually happening, that actually kills him. And it's a good story for him. After that, it's I think Kid Cudi's death. He gets shot by the old man, and that's how we find out that he's a part of the scheme as well. And it's kind of seeable. You know when it's happening. And I gotta say, these kills are not trying to hide the kills. Like, once a scene happens, you're like, okay, this is where this character dies. And this is Kid Cudi's scene. And he just dies by another Marine, because they were both army men. After that death, it was Brittany Snow's death, and how gory that was with the alligator. You barely see it, but you can tell that shit hurt. Brittany Snow was like in Pitch Perfect and stuff. And it's a little bit known, but she's a nice character. She's a character, I guess. A character. She is a fun person to be around. And you watching her, it's pretty fun. Because you do not really know what to get from that character. And I liked it. And after that, we're in this chase scene on where the old lady and the old man is chasing down Mia Goth around, trying to find her, basically. And you see the scene where you get basically somewhat of a backstory of why they do this. And like I said, mentioned before, they're doing it because they love each other. The old man's doing it so the lady can get her beauty back, and the lady's doing it so she feels young again. And this is where you get the most disturbing thing you ever see as an old couple getting it on, making their own films. Wink, wink. And Mia Goth is right under the bed. And that's strange, to be fully honest. I found that scene just funny. But you see how Mia Goth escapes. She should have grabbed the shotgun, and it's clearly in her view. I think that's just a dumb horror movie moment. And I just like nitpicking these stuff because she could clearly get the gun and kill them. It's clearly in front of her. But she just runs off to save Jenna Ortega. Lorene, that's the character's name, and saves her from the cellar. Oh yeah, by the way, Jenna Ortega's in the cellar, and that's how you discover that the husband is also a part of it, and how they had previous kills together before. I completely forgot about that. And Jenna Ortega is like, no, I don't trust you, Mia Goth. Let me run off. This is the funniest kill I ever saw, where she just runs away with an axe and she gets blasted. And I mean blasted, like Jimmy Neutron saying blast off real quick. And it's so funny. I don't think this horror movie was trying to be funny, but I think you just love these moments. And I think it was just perfect. But it was gory when you see her face. That shit looked terrifying. I gotta love the director and picking how they should look after the fact. And you see now how the old man is dragging the woman, Jenna Ortega, in, and basically trying to bring his wife inside. Then the man has a heart attack. And and that was also built up throughout the film as well, where he couldn't satisfy his wife because he's gonna die. And as you know, he did it and he dies. So it makes sense. I felt it would have been more meaningful if he died after he finishes, I think that would have been made more sense than waiting all the way to the house. Then the woman grabs the shotgun. Mia Goth has her pistol, and Mia Goth shoots first, but with a blank, and I thought it was just funny. And the lady shoots the shotgun, misses, and it gets blown away. She's pushed back, the doors breaks off, she's on the floor, breaks her hip, like like that commercial saying, "I can't get up." But Mia Goth grabs the keys, gets the truck, and basically runs this lady over. And honestly, these kills are just funny at this point. And I'm not trying to degrade this horror movie, but it's just funny. And I gotta say, and I think I'm gonna start talking about the twist and about this movie where the lady said, "Me and you are the same," not alluding that the actress played both characters. It's just that the old lady sees why Mia Goth is trying to do this corn film. Is that they both wanted beauty and feeling perfect from the outside and getting that acceptance because of their beauty and getting that fame. Because both of them were basically feeling the same way. They just have different viewpoints of how to do things. Then you see Mia Goth driving away in the sunset, reciting the verse of her father, who you see in the final clips of the TV, where he says, "Please bring my Maxine back to me," and because she went to the sex work, and this is why he's doing this whole charade. And I'd like to see more of that dynamic of why she left more, because we know that she's entering the sex work and all of that because she wants to become famous. And that's a good story. There's a lot of questions from this movie that need to be answered. And by the way, there is a post-credit scene. Me and a couple of my friends went to watch this movie. We're like, is there gonna be a post-credit scene? And we kept trying to search it up, but it only sends us back to the X-Men movies. So that's a little hilarious. Fuck. It's a little late for me. I'm a little tired. I just came back from work. Don't judge me, please. But it's a little hilarious where we couldn't find the post-credit scene. Then the post-credit scene just pops up, and it's showing how Pearl, the old lady, is young, and it's Mia Goth again. And you see what gets her into killing. From at first, I like it. I like how they're showing her killing earlier on because she has everything. She has the beauty. She's young, like she wanted in this film. So why is she killing earlier on? Sure, it makes it understanding that she always had this killer vibe around her, but why? Yeah, I think this movie, Pearl, I think that's what they're calling it. It's a prequel. It better answer that question because literally, I think having this movie alone made it good, and understanding why she kills, and I want to see why she wants to kill earlier on. I think that's the only answer I have left for this movie. And there's a couple more, but there's like smaller things where they can do it in a sequel to X, because they're trying to do a whole trilogy out of this, and I can see that happening because this movie did pretty well in the box office. It's got 4.4 million out of a projected 2.5, and that's pretty good for me. It beats out their projected score. Most people liked it. I can see this happening, and I would love to see this prequel. However, I do give this movie a low score of a 7 out of 10. The kills were well developed. I felt they could redevelop them more in a shorter span of time instead of throughout the film. The characters are good enough where we can connect with them. The reason of why the grandma kills is good. Why the man kills good. I think most kills could be better seen, a little bit more gory since you have that R rating. But besides all of that, I think this is a good film to watch. Most people will hate it, most people will like it, and I think that's the good part of it, where it's not the same old Jason or Freddy Krueger, where they just killed to kill at this point. And this shows an actual story. Yeah, 7 out of 10. It's good enough. I do recommend it. Please watch it so we can actually get this prequel in soon, so I can review that too. Alright, good night guys. Please like and subscribe. See you guys on the next podcast.